Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating story of rarity, value, and the unexpected caprices of numismatics, specifically focusing on an extraordinary coin that can fetch an astonishing sum of money, over $135 million for a single 1-cent piece. It sounds surreal, right? Well, sit tight and prepare to be amazed as we unravel the captivating tale of the 1999 1-cent coin, a seemingly mundane piece of currency that is anything but ordinary. This exploration takes us deep into the world of minting errors and numismatic phenomena, showcasing how mistakes during production can transform a standard coin into a treasure worth millions. To understand why a 1999 1-cent piece could hold such remarkable value, we need to delve into the nature of minting processes, the characteristics of errors that increase collectability, and how simple mistakes can lead to substantial financial implications. In 1999, the United States Mint produced billions of 1-cent coins primarily to meet the demands of circulation. Regular coins made during this era adhere to strict specifications, but occasionally, the machines responsible for striking these coins fail to function perfectly. This is where errors can occur. For example, a poorly aligned die can result in a misaligned strike, creating an off-center coin. This is a defect that naturally grabs the attention of collectors. Exceptional misprints, double denominations, and other flaws can drastically increase a coin's desirability among numismatic enthusiasts. The rarity of such errors is often what propels a coin's value into the stratosphere, and this is precisely the case with specific 1999 1-cent coins. Among the many coins produced that year, a small number suffered from what is known in collector circles as a die break or CUD. A die break occurs when a small piece of the die, the tool used to imprint designs onto coins, chips away, leaving an unsightly mark on the resultant coins. In the case of the 1999 1-cent piece, these die breaks don't just create a tiny flaw, they leave behind significant visual anomalies, which can be mesmerizingly beautiful in their imperfection. In the world of coin collecting, beauty and imperfection often intertwine, leading collectors to value these errors highly, sometimes valuing a single affected coin at prices that seem unfathomable to the average observer. Additionally, coins with error varieties created during a transition period in the United States Mint's production practices, such as in 1999, tend to pique the interest of collectors eager to complete their collections with rare examples of historical significance. The phenomenon of error coins introduces another layer of excitement into numismatics, as each discovered error adds an element of surprise to its value. Different types of errors are categorized under distinctive names, such as repunched mint marks or clipped planchets, each with its own set of circumstances leading to its creation. Coins with such identifiers signify unique stories about the mistakes made, the conditions under which they were struck, and the legacy they've cemented in history. Furthermore, the year 1999 holds sentimental significance for many collectors as it not only represents the end of the millennium but also the dawn of a new era in coin production. This historical context enhances the allure of the coins minted that year, as collectors reminisce about the turn of the century, reflecting on previous trends and the promise of future innovations in coinage. As collectors seek to acquire pieces that echo sentimentality paired with rarity, the allure of the 1999 1-cent piece with errors grows stronger. Beyond just being objects of monetary value, these coins offer insight into America's economic history, showcasing how momentary lapses in production can lead to monumental shifts in how we perceive currency. In a simple coin, we find a complex web of stories, mistakes, and unusual occurrences that give rise to an astonishing economic phenomenon. It's not merely about the face value of a cent but rather about the convoluted journey it undertook to become a coveted collectible. The thrill of the hunt in numismatics can lead collectors to sift through countless coins, hoping to stumble upon that singular piece that challenges expectations and carries untold potential for future auctions and sales. Nostalgia plays a powerful role in the collecting world, and the 1999 1-cent coins harbor memories of a rapidly changing society as people navigated the complexities of a world inching toward a new digital age and increasingly globalized economy. The economic circumstances surrounding that time added an extra layer of complexity to the value of these coins, especially as collectors sought to preserve a piece of history. While many coins from the same era are still in circulation, collectors are acutely aware of the coins that have the potential to become rare specimens due to their sheer unlikeliness to occur or their unique production irregularities. This focus sharpens collectors' instincts, leading them to scrutinize every coin they encounter, particularly the commoner ones, in hopes that they may uncover an extraordinary piece, one that might appear ordinary at first glance but could turn out to be a rare error, catapulting its value beyond their wildest imagination. It's these moments of serendipity that define the collecting experience, fostering a sense of connection to the past while igniting aspirations of securing a substantial financial return. The perception of value in numismatics is deeply influenced by the collective agreement within the community, where the rarity and demand intersect to create a volatile and exciting marketplace. A singular 1999 1-cent piece error can easily command prices that escalate beyond anticipated limits during auctions, as eager buyers vie for an opportunity to add it to their collections. The sheer excitement of the bidding process often inflates the final sale price, creating a spectacle that captivates both seasoned collectors and newcomers drawn to the electrifying atmosphere of numismatic gatherings. As you observe such phenomena at auctions, the stories behind these coins come alive, and you're reminded that value in the world of collecting often transcends mere monetary terms. It intertwines with personal stories, shared experiences, and moments of discovery, carving pathways toward enthralling narratives. A laid-back trip to a local coin shop or rummaging through assorted boxes at a flea market can suddenly become a treasure hunt, brimming with anticipation as you flip through potential coins, hopeful that you might uncover a remarkable 1999 1-cent error that could radically redefine your collecting journey or serve as a conversation starter about the intricate relationship between error coins and their soaring values. It's fascinating to think how the decisions made at the mint and the conditions present during the production run can combine to create such extraordinary pieces, giving rise to a billion-dollar marketplace hybrid that exists fine-tuned to the chance of discovery. Wherever it resides, tucked away in a collector's curated collection or falling under the hammer in an auction house, the value of the 1999 1-cent coin is emblematic of our deeper fascination with error, rarity, and the potent stories concealed within simple pieces of currency. The 1999 1-cent coin provides a compelling commentary on how value is created, perceived, and elevated within the spheres of collecting. Consequentially, the intricate dance of economics and aesthetics not only informs how we regard coins but drives home the point that even the smallest, most apparently inconsequential object can encapsulate monumental significance, invited into the realm of high finance where collectors globally find themselves participating, investing, and curating histories through the lens of numismatics. So the next time you find yourself handling a handful of change, take a moment to contemplate the potential stories that these coins carry, the journeys they have undertaken, and the secrets they may hold, as any one of them could very well be the next thriving specimen celebrated within the vibrant world of coin collecting, a world that continually beckons at the door of possibility, transforming simple currency into extraordinary assets, and in the case of the fabled 1999 1-cent coin, into a curiosity worth over $135 million. Join us next time as we explore more thrilling tales from the world of coins and currency, where every click of the coin has a unique story to tell, waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey through numismatic history, and remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more engaging insights into the captivating world of coin collecting. Next, 1983 D1-cent USA coin. Today we're about to embark on an exhilarating journey into the realm of rare coins and astonishing investments. If you're passionate about numismatics or simply intrigued by the hidden treasures of everyday items, you're in for a treat as we unveil the extraordinary tale of the 1983 D1-cent coin, a seemingly unremarkable piece of currency that can command an astronomical price of up to $234 million. Yes, you heard that right. The 1983 D1-cent coin is not only interesting because of the sheer amount it can potentially sell for but also due to the incredible set of circumstances that led to its remarkable value. Join us as we dissect the variety of errors and mistakes along the way that have turned this ordinary penny, from a time when the economic landscape of the United States was shifting, into an unparalleled treasure among collectors. During the early 1980s, specifically in 1983, the United States Mint found itself in a unique situation. The country was grappling with substantial inflation, and the value of the 1-cent coin was under intense scrutiny. The price of copper had soared, prompting the mint to shift from producing coins made primarily of copper to those made with a nickel-copper clad. In fact, the transition led to the eventual departure from older composition standards because of increased production costs, rendering metal content an acute issue for minting policy. Somewhere amidst this frenzy, a few rare coins featuring distinct minting errors emerged, capturing the attentions of eagle-eyed collectors. One such example that caught their eye was the 1983 D 1-cent coin, minted in Denver, which unwittingly became a defining piece of numismatic lore due to a notable error that happened relatively early in its production. The production process for the 1983 D coin, like all other coins, involved various stages, including sealing the coin blanks, striking the design onto the planchets, and thorough inspection before being set loose into circulation. However, during the striking phase, a series of unfortunate mishaps occurred, leading to an unprecedented case of coins being produced without a mint mark and, in some instances, an unintended doubling of the design on the surfaces. It was the unfortunate yet consequential widespread of these defects that sparked significant intrigue among collectors, turning what would have been an ordinary year and a standard issue into something extraordinary. The coins produced in Denver, California, specifically, were stamped with the D mint mark to denote their origin. However, during the striking process, many of them ended up being minted without this critical identifying feature. This type of error, known technically as an omitted mint mark, became highly coveted because it signified a deviation from the anticipation of standard production norms. The notorious missing D on some of the 1-cent coins meant that whoever managed to get their hands on these rare pieces would be holding onto a rarity that might never be made again. Extremes in value aren't just based on how few were made. They are often dependent on how these coins are circulated, where they are found, how many people came into contact with them, and what stories might be associated with their journey. An intriguing aspect of the 1983 D coins with the missing D mint mark is that only a handful of them were initially identified and verified, and as the news of their existence spread within the numismatic community, enthusiasts began searching high and low for pennies from that year to discern any signs of errors. The dynamic of hunting for common change suddenly took on a new layer as it encouraged both amateur and seasoned collectors to delve deeper into their coin purses and collections to locate these elusive coins. As word spread, excitement mounted, leading to an increase in their value. The 1983 D penny's mix of mystique, scarcity, and error transformed it into an exemplification of how demand can influence worth to staggering heights. The rarity of these coins dramatically impacts their collectability and perceived value in the marketplace. Collectors began to recognize that while millions of 1-cent coins had been minted that year, only a small fraction of them possessed the particular flaws that could elevate them into the echelons of must-have rounds among serious coin enthusiasts. The market for such a piece flourished, and an extraordinary phenomenon emerged. Collectors were no longer only interested in coins as currency but began to see them as potential investments, treasures in their own right. As numerous members of the numismatic community began to champion the value of the 1983 D penny, various grading systems developed in an effort to ensure buyers that their investments were valid and protected against counterfeit claims. Rating potential coins, especially error coins, carried the weight of utmost importance, as the nuances in condition, design, and flaws could all influence a coin's final sale price when it came time for an auction. Various authentication services sprung up, offering grading systems based on the coin's condition ranging from poor to pristine, a scale often referred to as the Sheldon scale, which assesses both the aesthetic quality and the defect intricacies. It is during the grading and authentication process where many collectors have learned that it is beneficial to hold on to their rare finds for longer periods, allowing them to appreciate in value while they gain notoriety in the collector sphere. These 1983 D coins, with their distinctive errors, became iconic symbols of the beauty found in imperfection and rarity, representing the potential for significant investment returns. This interplay between the economic factors at the time and the stylistic uniqueness of these errors heightened their desirability further. As time passed, some of these coins began to surface in various auctions, sparking fierce bidding wars among collectors who recognized their profound value. The race to acquire these unique pennies sparked conversations at conventions and regional coin shows, where eager collectors would showcase their own finds while eagerly sharing knowledge about how to spot a genuine 1983 D error coin. As stories and methodologies proliferated within dedicated subcultures, the excitement surrounding these errors meant that not just casual onlookers but passionate numismatists focused their attention on understanding the sheer magnitude of potential monetary gain a single, well-cared-for coin could offer. While the depressed state of the economy played a role in shifting priorities and values for collectors, reflecting the transitional times of the 1980s, the phenomenon reverberated through time, solidifying the perception that era coins held a different status than their era-free counterparts. Collectors began gaining confidence in their investments in these coins, fortified by the shared understanding of the intrinsic value surrounding rarity and the unrestricted market potential derived from the eccentric quirks of numismatic history. In analyzing what contributes to the raised price points of specific coins like the 1983 D1 cent, it becomes evident that historical context matters profoundly. The public fascination with scarcity and the underlying story surrounding its production enriches the coin's value further. Coins inherently possess narratives. The 1983 D1 cent is no exception. Collectors enjoy not only the monetary investment but also the history involving the factors that shape their existence in the first place. The relationship between collectors and their coins is often imbued with tension, anticipation, and a love for storytelling. In a sense, owning a 1983 D1 cent coin that carries eras is akin to having a piece of history right in your pocket. Each penny may have been passed from hand to hand, linked to moments in time, from the digital revolution that was creeping into everyday life to economic hardships that altered values. Numismatics has evolved over decades, and the values attached to era coins such as the 1983 D1 cent reset the expectations around what collectors deem valuable. As we continue to scrutinize the coin and the factors that affect its worth, it is essential to consider how the errors and productivity mistakes across mintages have not only shaped coins' individual stories but how they have become encapsulated within the larger narrative of what defines currency in society. An era coin, particularly one as uniquely characterized as the 1983 D1 cent, challenges our conventional understanding of money and reinforces how rarity, story, and the serendipity of era can create extraordinary value from the unassuming. As you ponder over coins and their worth, consider how a simple penny can shift the course of one's collecting pursuits and, ultimately, one's life. The numismatic landscape continues to transform, with new generations of collectors emerging eager to delve into this thrilling world, finding not just monetary value but utility in stories that arise from chance imperfections. The allure surrounding the 1983 D1 cent coin is indicative of that burgeoning interest, a testament to how the world of coin collecting sparks among enthusiasts the thrill of discovery. As we conclude our exploration into the world of the 1983 D1 cent coin, reflect on the intricate relationship between folklore, currency, and the knowledge that a single unfortunate error might end up representing substantial value in the eyes of those with a discerning eye. It serves as a reminder that you never know the story behind the change you come across or the potential it could hold if only you take the time to look closer. From experienced collectors to those who are just beginning their journey into the vast universe of numismatics. Last 1992 D1 cent USA coin, we delve into the fascinating and often surprising world of rare coins and their astonishing value in the realm of numismatics. Today, we have an incredible tale for you, one that revolves around a seemingly unremarkable object, a 1 cent coin minted in 1992's D, that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, commanding a staggering price of up to $178 million due to its unique errors and production mistakes. You may wonder how a simple penny could rise to such financial heights, but as we unpack the mystery surrounding this rare coin, you'll discover the intricate web of events and conditions that brought it into the spotlight. Coin collecting has a rich history, and certain pieces have gained notoriety not just for their aesthetic qualities but for the stories of errors that define them. The 1992 D1 cent coin falls squarely into this category. It became a shining example of how even the smallest mistakes in production can generate a fervor of interest among avid collectors while simultaneously increasing the value of otherwise common coins to astronomical levels, highlighting the intricate balance between rarity, demand, and historical significance. To better understand the prominence of the 1992 D penny, we must first consider the broader context of its minting. The year 1992 represented a time of transition for U.S. currency, particularly for the penny, which was undergoing scrutiny regarding its composition and value structure. By this time, the U.S. Mint had already shifted the composition of the 1 cent coin from copper to zinc with a copper coating to meet economic demands and rising metal prices. This change not only reflected shifting financial circumstances but also altered how collectors perceived the value of these pieces moving forward. In order to fully appreciate why the 1992 D1 cent coin is so valuable, we need to delve into the conditions that led to the creation of the errors associated with it. During production, the mint relied on a series of machines to cut, stamp, and mint coins, a process that has long since been optimized for efficiency, but is not impervious to the occasional hiccup. In the case of the 1992 D1 cent coin, several steps during the minting process led to a range of peculiar errors that collectors now avidly seek to identify. Among the most notable of these errors are the so-called double die varieties, a phenomenon that occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by a blank die that isn't aligned properly, creating a shadow effect of the details in the design. This type of error is a goldmine for collectors because it embodies both rarity and aesthetic uniqueness, qualities that greatly enhance the coin's market value. The 1992 D double die penny is one such error that has captured widespread attention and admiration. Initially thought to be an anomaly noticed by a select few, news of its unique features spread quickly among the collecting community, igniting interest and sparking a fervor for coin hunting as enthusiasts sought to acquire these extraordinary pieces. When it comes to understanding the high value of 1992 D1 cent coins, it is crucial to note that not all coins produced that year have the errors. Instead, it is the specific varieties with errors that make them exceptionally rare, elevating their market worth to incredible heights. The double die variety, combined with the fact that only a limited number of these coins escaped into circulation before being identified as error coins, created a perfect storm that allowed the price to skyrocket. As collectors became more aware of these unique specimens, the demand began to rise exponentially. Collectors dedicate countless hours scouring through rolls of 1-cent coins, digging through jars of spare change, and perusing yard sales and flea markets, hoping to uncover a 1992 D penny that bears the coveted errors. What might have seemed at first like a common transactional step in sorting spare coins soon transformed into an enthusiastic treasure hunt where even the smallest flaw could yield considerable financial rewards. The primary factor in understanding why the 1992 D1 cent coin is worth so much lies in its rarity combined with the collective appreciation from the collecting community. The errors, stemming from the mint's production process, tell a compelling story, one of oversight, mechanical failure, and the serendipity of chance leading to a phenomenon that ultimately piqued collector interest. However, errors alone cannot explain the soaring valuation. The overall popularity of coin collecting, fueled by new and seasoned enthusiasts alike, plays a crucial role in shaping the market dynamics around these coins. As fresh generations of collectors emerge, the emotional connection to tangible items from the past, such as coins, forms a narrative around personal history, nostalgia, and investment, creating a burgeoning interest that elevates the importance of these rare finds in the eyes of many. The economics behind the collecting market is compelling. It is driven by the principles of supply and demand that govern how value is assigned to collectibles like the 1992 D penny. The coins that are in circulation are numerous, yet the specific varieties with errors are greatly limited because many either go unnoticed in circulation or are held onto by collectors in anticipation of significant value accumulation over time. The voice of the collecting community becomes vital in this process, as collectors identify trends and specific pieces that resonate with them, reinforcing the idea that not all coins are created equally. The emotional aspect of collecting plays a pivotal role. Finding a rare coin quickly becomes not just a mere transaction but a joyous event that brings collectors together, each sharing experiences of discovery and passion for the hunt. The 1992 D1 cent coin, with its layers of error and story, offers incredible opportunities for connection and excitement within the community. As the value of these coins continued to rise, speculation about their potential future worth also grew, prompting collectors to deliberate whether some transactions could net returns that had the potential to revolutionize their collections and even their financial futures. The suspense surrounding error coins like this does not solely focus on the monetary gains, however. It encompasses a broader appreciation for the lore and history that comes with each error, the stories shared at coin shows, the excitement of discovering a misunderstood piece of history, and the joy in educating others about its significance, an endeavor which becomes integral to the culture of numismatics. The notable 1992 D penny exemplifies how the intertwining of history, economics, art, and community fosters a sense of fascination, where a mere penny can tell an epic tale of lessons learned through errors, economic shifts, and the endless possibilities of what can be found. At the root of its enormous potential worth is the exploration of human behavior, the tendencies to treasure the unique, and the stories each collector competes to uncover. Over the years, as the collecting community matured and recognized the true value of error pennies, the interest and market activity surrounding them amplified. Each auction brought with it a sense of thrill, excitement, and competition as bidders would fiercely vie for a chance to own the rarest specimens up for grabs. With bidding often surpassing previous records, the universal interest in the 1992 D1 coin soared, and it became synonymous with the thrill of numismatics. The impact on the market was profound. Values could change overnight, prompting many collectors to reassess their collections based on current market conditions. Additionally, as social media and online auction platforms became more popular, the chances to buy and sell rare coins exploded, allowing collectors from around the world to interact, trade insights, and share their adventures in search of the rarest finds. The ability to view other collectors' hauls and the communal excitement over discoveries became addictive as collectors formed networks to share their tips and experiences. Consequently, coins like the 1992 D1 with their errors and historical significance, found themselves at the center of countless conversations, serving as artifacts of nostalgic reminiscences and prospective future treasures. As prices soared into the millions, the case of the 1992 D penny showcased how an ordinary coin could elevate itself into the billowing economy of high-value collectibles, offering a window into rich histories that lay behind these commonplace objects. Collectors must learn to identify these treasures and often dedicate significant time to studying the finest details that distinguish them from ordinary issues. Collectors employ various resources, guides, collector forums, and grading specialists to develop an understanding of what constitutes a highly valuable error coin. Knowledge is power, and many collectors who dedicate themselves to the intricate world of coins often become experts in their fields, enabling them to recognize the nuances that separate common finds from extraordinary artifacts. The 1992 D1 laden with historical significance and cultural resonance, thus becomes not just a coin but a confluence of meticulous efforts, passionate enthusiasm, and festive camaraderie shared among collectors who comprehend its true value. It's worth noting that some of these coins may one day disappear into private collections or museum displays, further heightening their elusive nature. For enthusiasts, this serves as motivation not only to acquire but also to ensure that such extraordinary examples of numismatic artistry remain recognized and valued for generations to come. Whether held in a collection or traded at auction,